What's going on, y'all? My name is Terrence and I go by T. And every morning I come to y'all in my white t shirt and my headset and we break down a chapter of the Bible. And today we're breaking down Genesis chapter 24. All right, let's get into it. So in Genesis chapter 24, Abraham is well advanced in years. He asks his most trusted servant to go to the city of Nahor, the land of his relatives, and find a wife for his son Isaac, because he didn't want him to marry a Canaanite woman. The servant swore an oath to Abraham that he would do as he requested. The servant loaded 10 camels with provisions and gifts and went to Mesopotamia, to the city of Nahor, which is approximately 550 miles away. When he arrived, he prayed to God and asked him to show him the right woman to marry Isaac. While standing at the spring water, he prayed, "Let the young woman to whom I shall say, 'Please let down your jar that I may drink,' and who shall say, 'Drink, and I will water your camels.' Let her be the one whom you'll have appointed to your servants, Isaac." Before finishing his prayer, a beautiful young woman named Rebekah came to the spring for water. The servant asked her for a drink, and she offered to water his camels, which is exactly what the servant asked for. Realizing his prayer had been answered, the servant gave Rebekah gifts of gold. Rebekah invited him to spend the night in her father Bethuel's house. Rebekah's brother Laban welcomed Abraham's servant and cared for his camels. The servant recounted the details and purpose of his journey to Bethuel. Believing that God had blessed the servant's mission, Bethuel gave Rebekah permission to leave and marry Isaac. When the servant heard this, he bowed and praised God. The next morning, Rebekah and the servant began the journey back to Canaan. After their long journey, the servant found Isaac meditating in a field in the Negev. Isaac brought her into the tent of Sarah, his mother, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. Now let's review this chapter. Abraham's unnamed servant gives us a great example of a life permeated with prayer and worship. His first thought when arriving in Mesopotamia was to pray for God's help. His response to God answering his prayers was immediate worship. Our lives should also be marked by a revolving pattern of prayer and worship. And that's how we're going to end Genesis chapter 24. See you guys in the next one.